morning.
Good morning.
I'm Mary.
I'm Linda.
That's Pink Mouse Sisters in the kitchen.
Welcome.
Yes. It's I think the rain's all over. But news this morning said that it come real strong winds last night. I don't know what that was. I thought it was the night before the wind.
Well, it was the night before. It wasn't any wind at our house, but the wind shifted this morning
Yeah.
on my way
Yeah.
over here. They shifted to the north, so I guess it's that little cool front.
Yeah. Well, I went down and investigated my fallen trees yesterday when I got home, and it's kind of worse than what I thought. The
I
county.
didn't drop down there.
Yeah, the county took what was on the road, but I mean the whole area down there is nothing but big old limbs. One of them this big
Oh, my
around.
goodness.
So it was one of the big trees.
Yeah.
Top, it fell down,
Okay.
and it broke about 3 or 4 other trees on its way down.
Oh my
So
goodness.
I've got to have that cleaned up. It's a mess, but anyway, I'm just thankful
I'm
that.
glad it's not in your
I'm
yard.
glad it wasn't in my yard where it hit my home. And then I got to looking around at all the trees. It makes me want to get a tree service in here and cut some of these limbs down that is close to my house. But anyway, this morning we're going to do a chocolate pie. We've had a lot of requests.
A lot of requests
for chocolate pie. This chocolate pie filling you can use on a regular pie. I am doing the crust different. So you can use the filling recipe for any chocolate pie. It's the same one. But I'm doing a crust that's kind of like a shortbread
It
crust.
smells
So-
divine.
So, all right, let's get started. Linda, if you don't mind, that's
Get the butter
if you'll
melted.
melt that stick of butter. I cut it in several pieces so it would melt faster. Probably 20 seconds, Linda, probably
Okay.
should melt it. And then I'm gonna put a cup of flour in here. Get a spoon ready. I thought I had everything together. And put imperial brown sugar.
And we are sponsored. If you're
We are sponsored by
sponsor us.
Yes. And I'm just packing it in it without through the bag. So we'll put and I have brown sugar in my canister over there, but by showing it, it's I'd rather just do it that way. Okay. And I sure don't want to put pepper in there. This is my salt and pepper shaker. I mean, little box. And a little bit of salt because I'm using unsalted butter. If you use salted butter, don't put any salt in this. Okay, I'm gonna make sure. I thought I put something else in there, but I guess I didn't. Okay. So I'm gonna mix up my brown sugar and flour. It's fine, thank you, Linda.
You're welcome.
I'm just gonna mix up my flour and my brown sugar because once you put that butter in there, it's harder to get this incorporated. So I try to get all that mixed in here together. And then almost a cup of chopped pecans. I chopped the pecans last night too because trying to shorten the time. This crust has to, you bake it, I ain't got that now. 350 oven for 15 minutes. But I already baked one because you have to let this crust cool and it takes a while for it to cool. So I went ahead and done that so we wouldn't have to wait on it.
It smells so good in here too. I love your towels. Those are pretty. I haven't
Those
seen
little towels here is Carla bought those for me last
Very
year.
pretty.
All right.
Well, we got to see the towels.
Okay.
Oh,
Got a little
there's a little
rabbit.
Easter bunny on it. It says some bunnies love you.
Those are cute.
Carla bought them from last Easter and never had used them. I had them put up. Okay, so I'm pouring the butter in here.
Do you need that again to melt some more butter with?
I do not.
Okay.
When you said you were cooking chocolate pie,
Yeah,
it reminded me of a couple years ago
yeah,
when you were trying for Christmas. You were trying to figure out how many chocolate, how many coconut,
yeah.
and I convinced you that everybody loved chocolate, so we would have extra.
Yeah.
And We had like 2 or 3 extra chocolate
Yeah.
pies, and I got to take them home with me.
Yeah.
And somebody loves
Yeah.
chocolate pies, right?
Linda loves chocolate pies. She loves chocolate, period.
You want this over here, Mary?
You can. And this is a pampered chef pie dish, and it is larger than most pie dishes. So I'm using the recipe exactly the way that it is on the members page. And that's what I made last night too. But I started to add a little more sugar, a little more flour in here and brown sugar to make it a little bit bigger, but I decided not to. I didn't want to confuse y'all. Linda, you want to show them this? This has to be completely incorporated. This is your butter, brown sugar, flour, and pecans, and salt. Okay, and then I just dump it in here. I did wipe this out with a little bit of oil. You don't have to. Yeah, you would if you were using a normal dish. This dish, pepper chef, you really don't have to put no oil in there, but I did because I didn't want to. Again, I didn't want to confuse y'all. I need this spoon.
Okay.
And you have to spread it out. And your dish is going to be kind of full, but you have to just spread it around a little bit so it will come around the edges.
That looks really good.
You just have to work with it because you want this up on the edges. And the reason I said that I would probably next time maybe add a little more flour and brown sugar in here and just a tad more butter is because I'd like my crust to go all the way to the top.
Yeah.
This doesn't necessarily do that. All right, I just got to save enough for the bottom now. Now I'll tell you what I do. I don't know. Do you put another pan in here to
I've
make
seen
this
you do
down?
that. Is that what that pan over
Yeah.
here is for?
Yeah, I'm going to use, that pan really is too big, but I'm still going to show you. If you're using aluminum pie pans, it fits a lot better. This is aluminum pie pan, but because of the ridges, it doesn't go down into this pie like it should. If you're using aluminum pie pan, it would fit better. But I can use it.
That's doing pretty good.
It does pretty good. You just press it. It just packs it better.
That's a nice trick.
And you just pack it in there and then go all around the edges. You still have to work with it because of the different sizes of this pan. You still have to work with it, but last night I thought, I don't know if you're gonna get that off. All right, let's put that in the water, please. All right, now I'm still gonna work with this. I don't like it. So but that just helped kind of firm it a little bit. Your pecans, you have to chop them up pretty fine. Not like meal, but almost like meal.
You don't want big pieces.
You don't want big pieces, that's right. So I'm just going to try to pack this a little bit more. But,
I went through a Whataburger this morning on Eastman, and they were closed.
Their water's out.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, Longview, their water is out. Their school is closed and everything.
Oh, so that's why all the kids were in Walmart.
Yeah.
My goodness, I went in Walmart in Lakeport. The manager was walking around telling people where to go to check out. I've never seen so many people in Walmart at that
Really?
store.
Really? Yeah.
And I thought, what is going on? I thought spring break was over.
Yep. All their water is out. I follow.
Okay.
I heard they's having a water boil.
Okay.
What do you call it? Mandatory for you to boil your water. There's a main break
I think so. Yeah.
on the water.
But yeah, most of Longview is out of water.
So sometimes they have these little sandwiches in the tray that they just made, little breakfast sandwiches. And I just wanted a bite of something. And I've bought them before, and they're not fantastic, but I ate 2 bites and I gave the rest to Einstein when I drove up.
Yeah.
Einstein wouldn't eat it.
Oh no.
Well, I'm glad I wasn't the only one that didn't like it.
That's
That was
funny.
hilarious. Einstein is Chuck's dog. That was
That's
so funny.
hilarious.
You know what the county worker said yesterday? Chuck went down there when they was cleaning the tree up, And he said, "How old is that dog?" And he said he's 12, about 12 and a half years old. He said, because Einstein has mellowed out so much because he's so old. And they said, "I want you to know, over the years, that every time we'd be working on this road, we would all jump in the truck, because that dog would just come up and watch the dog."
Yes.
That dog, Einstein, would not let nobody in this yard. And he's getting old and kind of mellowing out a little bit, because he was down there with Chuck and he wasn't bothering them. And everybody, we've lived here for so long, everybody knows about everything. They know that I'm a widow, and every time something happens around front of my yard on my road, they come and fix it for me. Anything.
Yeah,
I'm really blessed.
They've been very nice over the years. They have.
They put a new cupboard in for me one year.
So I just saw a comment, and maybe you should say this a couple of times. There is no possum in the pie.
No possum.
No. This is an Arkansas possum pie recipe, and you did put possum on there.
I did.
I told Linda I was going to just say a chocolate pie.
No roadkill.
I don't know why it's
Beverly
called that.
Hillbilly.
The Arkansas possum pie recipe called for instant chocolate pudding. I don't use instant chocolate pudding for my pies. I make it. So this is my pie filling. But anyway, that's funny. The only thing I can think of is because it's layered. I don't know. Y'all see, I'm slow, y'all, but I like it to be perfect. And I've already made a pie with this. If you don't, Linda, you want to show them? If you don't pack around the edges, if you don't pack that in good, it'll shrink up. It won't be, how do you say it? It won't fit the pie. It won't be a good bottom.
It looks nice.
So anyway, I'm about through here, y'all. I get carried away. All right, that's it. Now, it's not exactly smooth around the edges, but that doesn't matter. It actually kind of comes together a little bit anyway. A little bit don't want it. Okay, put that in the trash for me. Got it. Now, I'm going to bake this for 15 minutes. And it has to cool. So I've already made one. I made this last night. So the next one we're going to do the cream cheese tray. Whichever tray's got the cream cheese on it.
Red or
cream
green, or
cheese.
yellow or green?
I think it's the green one. Yeah. Well, no, it's not the green one. I'm sorry, Linda. I've got these on separate trays, and she said, "Just tell me which tray." Well, I'm not sure, so go ahead. Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
What bowl?
The cream cheese.
Just get what you want, and then I'll take back what you don't.
I'll take this one, I guess.
Anything out of there?
I'll need several of those. Anyway, this is our crust. I'm not sure, Linda. I've already made one this morning, so I just didn't put the dishes up. I just put them all in a bowl, and I'll just get it out from there instead of getting out the cabinet. All right, now, when you take this out of the oven after 15 minutes, it's going to be soft and very soft. I took a spoon and just patted it down a little bit, and you're going to think that it's not done. But trust me, this is hard as it can be. You would think it would just be
Firms up
soft.
after it
It
gets cold.
firms up when it gets cold. So don't overcook it, because it will be so hard you can't cut it. So 15 minutes is all you need. Now we're going to put cream cheese filling in it. The cream cheese filling goes with the bowl that's in the refrigerator. No, that's cold. No. All right, y'all think I don't know what I'm doing, then I guess I'm not. Okay. The cream cheese, 8 ounces of cream cheese.
You do need the mixer for that, right?
Yes. Let's get this one package of cream cheese out. I actually hadn't made this cream cheese. This is, this filling here. They're in
She
the
put them in
freezer.
the refrigerator.
Freezer.
I,
You're probably not ready for them out yet, are you?
Well, yeah, because I'll have to wash them again. I forgot I have to do this. I've made several pies with this same cream cheese filling. I just hadn't made it for this particular pie, but I've made it lots of them. That's just a packet
Did
of
I
cream
put those
cheese.
on the wrong ones? I did. Mine's opposite.
Is that right?
Yeah, mine's
I always have to
opposite
look
side.
at it. All right, cream cheese. I need a half a cup of Imperial powdered sugar. Here's my half a cup, and I've got it over here. Yes, I'm gonna get it out of this. Some powdered sugar in with the cream cheese. Like I said, I do a strawberry pie with this same filling. So if you want to do a strawberry pie and use this filling, well, you certainly can. This pie has got several layers, and you can do different layers with different pies. Okay.
All I'm doing is standing here. If
You
need
can
something,
get the
let me
heavy
know.
cream. I need the heavy cream, Linda, please.
Okay. Do you have a measure for it?
Right here.
Oh, you
Yeah, I'm just gonna put a couple tablespoons here. I'm pretty sure that's what it is, yeah. Oops.
It's harder than it looks. When you got a bunch of bossy ladies delegating, it's hard.
It is.
it is hard.
All right, you can put that back up for me, Linda, please. And I want to beat it. Oh yeah, I need this flavored in this too.
Do you have your cordless mixer out?
I told you it's packed on top of in the pantry in there, and I can't reach it.
Somebody's gonna have to get
I
that
know.
down. for
I
you.
know.
I love using my cordless
Okay.
mixer.
That's just a half a teaspoon. I know it. I got to get it down, but I got to get somebody to get it for me. And I have so many things that I have to ask somebody to do for me. Carla had to go home, and she was here, and I was going to get her to do that for me, and I forgot. But I kept her busy. It's just powdered sugar, cream cheese, and vanilla flavoring, and a little bit of heavy cream. I think my mixer's about to play out on me, so I guess I'll be getting that other out. Anyway, you need to beat this for about a minute. 5 minutes or something.
Are you gonna use the
I
beaters
am going to
again?
need the beaters, yes.
So you
please.
need them washed
Yeah,
then.
let me get some of this off. I don't think there's much enough to get off of there, but I'll get what I can. Thank you, Linda. All right. Thank you, Linda. All right, I'm gonna put this cream cheese in the bottom of this pie here. And like I said, this same recipe, you can do strawberry filling and put this in the bottom of just a regular pastry pie shell. And I really like the strawberry pie made with this cream cheese filling. Linda, do you do that? Do you put cream cheese filling in your strawberry pies, or do you just do the strawberry pie?
No,
don't?
Mike wouldn't eat it.
Oh,
He
that's
doesn't like
right.
cream cheese. I make another strawberry pie.
Yeah.
Oh, Vanilla Orchard is open.
I was wondering
Are
about
we
that.
going down there?
I don't
go
know
to
that.
Vanilla Orchard. It's where I
Yes.
get my strawberries, and strawberries is the only thing that's in right now. It's close
Yeah,
to, it's,
I wanna
it's
go.
between Marshall and Carthage.
Oh, yeah, I
wanna
want to
go.
go. Yeah,
And
wanna
I go every year several times, and there's 2 or 3 things that we're going to be making that calls for strawberries. So we got to go down there and get some. Are y'all up to picking?
Yeah, I'm going to.
Because we always pick.
Yes. Yeah, I'm going. All right. All right. And we will show this.
I remember
Okay.
when I was in San Francisco the first time, I went down to Fisherman's Wharf and walked down through there and, go ahead, Mary.
Okay.
Tell them what you're doing.
I'm just gonna set this aside and then we're gonna do the chocolate filling. Put all this stuff in here. Yeah, thank you, Linda. I'll need that coconut, chocolate in a few minutes, but not right now. Okay, all right. Now, I'm gonna do the filling. And, there's a can of milk, Linda, if you don't mind handing me the can of milk. Now, this is my chocolate pie filling. This is what y'all been wanting. You can use a regular pastry, pie crust, whether you buy it or make it or whatever, but this is the chocolate pie filling. And I'm sure I do it different from a lot of people. I use evaporated milk. It makes a pie rich and creamy. I use a little bit of water with it, but you can use, I didn't have any whole milk this morning, or I would have put canned milk and to mix it with whole milk, but I didn't have any whole milk, so I'm just going to add a little bit of water. So I'm put some of this in here. Linda, if you'll put me a little bit of water in there, not much, in the can. I just rinsed the can out. Thank you. Now, I'm going to open another can, plus I've already made the filling this morning because this filling has to cool completely before you add it to the cream cheese. So, I used 1 can of milk this morning already. Linda, you don't have to wash any dishes. You come back up here and talk like this.
I'm not doing anything, so I may as well wash dishes.
Well, you come over here and talk to us. Be on the camera. Okay, that's a cup and a half, and I'm gonna finish. I just rinsed the can out. Yeah,
We were down there picking strawberries one day, and there's people in all the rows. And you know, for those of you who don't know, strawberries are on the ground.
Yeah.
And it's very hard for old people to pick them. But I've gone every year for several years, and there was some younger people on the row over from us, and she reached down to pick a strawberry, and there was a snake down there.
Oh my Lord.
Oh my goodness.
Mike saw her. I was a row over, but it tickled Mike. It was harmless snake, but I don't care for snakes any kind, whether harmless or not.
I'm adding a little bit of that, just about a 1/4 cup of water. It takes 2 cups. Whatever.
But
So
if you've never picked strawberries, it's fun to pick. They're $3.89 a pound, so it's not cheap, not much cheaper to pick them than it is to buy them already picked. But
Yeah.
it's fun to pick them.
okay, Linda, do you want to break these eggs for me?
Yeah, you want them separated?
Yes, I want the white in here. We got eggs separated here. This is Pamper Chef. This is new.
Fancy one.
So 2 cups of milk. I'm putting this in. This is a Pamper Chef bowl, and they don't guarantee it to be microwavable, but it is. You can. But they don't. If something happens to it, and you've had it in the microwave, Pamper Chef won't back it up because it's not. But
Do you?
it does work for me.
Do you want this in there?
The egg.
Or do
Yes.
you want it in there?
You can put it in here. So we're using 4 eggs.
I'm going to show y'all something neat about this egg separator.
Can they see what you're doing?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I've always used egg separators. This has an extension on it.
I know.
So if you want to put it across the big bowl, you can. It's really, really awesome.
Do you use a knife to get that off?
Yeah, if I have to, I have to.
Okay. I'm just putting it in here. This is milk and eggs. And I just You can beat those eggs up before you put it in the milk if you want to. But I'm just less. I had to use a knife this morning because it just would not come off. I don't like that white in in there. Did you know if you don't get that white out and it's not beat up good, it'll have white in your egg. There it is right there. That's just bugs me. Does that bother you that
I always get it out.
yeah. Did it come off?
No.
I don't think it's come off yet. Well, I'll just take my finger and do
That's
it.
what I did before. I just got it off the pan.
There it is, because I'm, okay, thank you.
So if you go pick strawberries, you better take a big fat pocketbook or a nice credit card one, because you won't realize that you got $30, $40 worth of strawberries. Get up to the counter to pay for them.
Or what are you gonna do
That's
this
fine.
time? Yeah, that's fine.
Well, you know, we're done with this, right?
Yes, I am.
We're making, is it two things we're making with strawberries?
Well, I'm gonna do a strawberry salad. And that, you're gonna do a shortcake or something, aren't you?
Strawberry shortcake.
All right, you beat your eggs up good in your milk, and then you microwave it for 1 minute. Either 45 seconds, it depends on your microwave, but either 45 seconds or a minute. Well, let's see here. That pie should be done in a minute. Okay, so.
The first time I went to San Francisco, and I had a little bit of downtime, so I went down to Fisherman's Wharf and walked on the pier,
Okay.
and you've been down there too.
Yes.
And they had dipped chocolate strawberries, and they were the biggest strawberries I've ever seen. They were literally huge. And so I picked out, I don't know, I didn't think it was that many, and this was probably over 20 years ago. It's been a long time ago. And I think those few strawberries that I picked out was like $20-something. I had a fit. I said, I didn't get that many strawberries, but they were very expensive.
Yeah.
But they sure were good.
Okay. All right, now we'll mix up our sugar.
Can you freeze strawberries?
I do freeze them. Do you want to put this back in there, Mary? The whisk it?
No, I'm through. You can bring it out here, please. Thank you.
When you freeze strawberries, because they do have a lot of water in them,
Mm-hmm.
they're going to be very mushy when you take them out. But you can use them to make purees or like a strawberry sauce or a jam or something like that, or put in a fresh strawberry cake. So
Yeah.
they're good for that,
Right.
but they're not going to be like a fresh strawberry. They would, if you were going to add it to a cake on top for decoration, it would be too much water in it.
Okay. Sugar.
You know what is good? The dried strawberries. Like the,
I don't know if
you put them in
it-
I don't think you did that in the.
in,
You can dry them
In my-
dehydrate them
Yeah.
in the quick cooker.
that's what I was trying to think of that word.
Yeah.
Dehydrated strawberries are so good in your cereal or just for a
Yeah,
snack.
that would be good.
Okay, I'm looking for the fourth cup. Well, I'll just use this one. I'll put my cocoa. The same amount of coconut is the same amount of cocoa and cornstarch. It's the same amount. So this is and I use my little sifter. This is not peppered shell, but I let one of our friends.
Yeah,
they
one
say-
of our friends said
And I
that.
always sift the cocoa. Now, if you don't mind, would you
Wash
wash
it.
that for me? I don't know where I had another one, but I don't know what I've done with it. So I sift this cocoa. You always want to sift your cocoa. And really and truly, the dry ingredients, probably you could have mixed them up before you put your milk in the microwave first. But I didn't, so. when it gets down to them little balls, I throw them away. So I'm gonna put a little bit more cocoa, because I don't want them. Yeah, that's enough. Put it this way. I'm through with that one. All right.
You don't sift your corn. You don't need to sift your
No,
corn.
I don't. And now I'll go. Well, that fourth of cup is. Did you wash this for me
Yeah.
just now? Thank you, Linda. I was gonna say, well, it magically appeared.
You thought it just appeared
Yeah.
out of nowhere?
I thought, well, I overlooked that. But, sorry, thank you, Linda.
You're welcome.
Get a spoon out.
We had some more of that ham for supper last night.
Did
It
you?
was
Oh,
really
I know
good.
it was. I know it was. Same amount of cocoa as you do cornstarch. I'm through with it now, Linda.
Okay.
Okay, let me get that out of the way. Let's see, my fill-in. This is cornstarch, sugar, and cocoa. And I sipped it up good, and then I'm gonna add this to my warm milk. The only reason that I warm this first, some people, you can just mix it all at the same time, don't matter, but that means you're gonna have to cook it longer in the microwave, an extra minute. Basically, it takes, depending on the microwave, it takes about 5 minutes to make the chocolate filling in the microwave.
Very, very quick.
Yeah.
We've been making pie filling in the microwave for
Yeah.
years.
I think Aunt Elsie taught us that.
I do my pie cream filling in
Yeah.
the microwave.
All right, thank you, Linda. And now you mix this up. I mean, it is really simple. It's basically the same recipe as my coconut pies, except you don't use chocolate. You get that. You have to get this beat up good though, because if you don't, if that cocoa lumps in there, it won't mix up after it's gotten hot. So it has to be beat up good.
Did you want these back in the refrigerator? You gonna
You
use these
can.
for egg
You're gonna
whites?
for the cream.
Whipped cream.
Yeah, okay. You can. We're going to mix it. We're going to be using it in just a few minutes. Anyway, I've got it all beat up. Now I'm going to put the pie in the freezer, in the oven. Almost cooked it too long.
Did the buzzer go
It didn't, but I put that pie filling in there.
Oh,
If you don't mind putting that
in the
filling
microwave?
in the microwave and set the timer for 3 minutes.
Okay.
Wipe that counter off. Get some of this off the counter. Okay. I'm gonna show them the pie. I'm gonna show them the pie after I got it out of the oven. Okay. This is the way it looks when it comes out of the oven. You may not can tell it, but it's
A little bit puffy.
just a little bit puffy. Len, if you wanna.
That smells so good.
Now this is right when you first get it out of the oven. It's a little bit puffy and it kind of raised up from the pan a little bit. So I just go in there and I mash it down and it will cool. It will cool. It's soft, very soft, but that's it has to be that way because it will cool hard, very hard. All right, now I'm gonna set this aside. Yeah, just put it over there. All right. All right. I guess we're through with the oven. Turn that off. And, well, no, I'm not through with that. Okay, I gotta have butter. 4 tablespoons of butter.
Do you melt this or?
Do I have the flavoring over there, Linda? I do, don't I?
Yes.
Okay. And I think that's all I need from up there. Well, that half a teaspoon, is it over there? Is that a teaspoon? Okay, we'll use that on the vanilla. Yeah, just a half a stick of butter is gonna go in this filling.
Does that look about right?
It looks fine. And the way I do it, I go ahead and cut it in smaller pieces. You
Okay.
will do that, or you want me to? Because
Is
it'll.
that small enough?
Yeah, yeah. It melts quicker in that hot. And then. And you always put your butter and your flavoring in your cream pies last after you're completely through cooking it, because it'll cook the flavor of your vanilla and your butter out of your filling if you put it in there and cook it. At least that's what I've always been told. Is that what?
Yeah, I always put mine in last.
Put the
too.
butter and the flavoring in last. So, and then our last step, put it on the cream, and then do the Cool Whip.
Okay.
So,
Do we have a bowl for the Cool Whip? or
yeah,
just-
it's in the freezer. I got
Oh,
it
you've
chilling.
already got it in the freezer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I got it chilling. So anyway, so you can use this chocolate pie filling for a regular chocolate pie. And your egg whites, show Linda what it looks like now. When it comes out of the microwave, you see? And you see it's clumped like that, you have to whip it up. You have to mix that up.
I remember the first time I did that, and I thought, oh no, my pie filling's ruined.
No, you just,
All you do is whisk it
just
up,
whisk it up.
and it gets smooth.
Yep. Now that was 3 minutes, 45 seconds to warm the milk, and then 3 minutes, and then I'm gonna put it back in there. I'm just gonna put it a minute. It's better, because my microwave is 1200, and it's better to get it not so thick. If you put it 2 minutes, it might be too thick.
You can always cook it.
You can always cook it again. Okay, so cook it another minute. I usually do more than one pie at a time.
Yeah, it's hard just
Yeah.
to do one pie. It is.
So it's kind of hard for me to judge exactly for one pie, because I do two, and our bowls will hold two fillings.
When I make fried pie filling, I do 5 cups.
I know it. I
And
know you do.
that bowl is full up to the
Yeah,
top. I'd do more if I could get more in the bowl,
Yeah.
but that's all you can get in
Yeah.
the bowl.
So, anyway, and I've already done a chocolate filling this morning, because you have to let this chocolate filling completely cool before you put it on the cream cheese. So I did that ahead of time, so we wouldn't have to wait, and they could see the
Right.
finished products. So
Yeah, when you're baking, it takes time, and
yeah,
if you do like Mary did, and you want to, you want to lessen your time, you do part of it ahead of time, and then that way.
if you got a limited amount of time the day
Right.
you want the pie, I would do the crust and the night before and do the
And
filling.
the filling,
Yeah.
yes.
That was perfect. I could tell by looking at it. If I'd have put 2 minutes on that, that would have been
It
too
would've
thick.
cooked it
See,
too
it was
long.
already pretty thick. All right, that's really. I don't really like my pie this thick.
Not that thick?
No, I don't. I really like it to be thinner than this. So this.
I do. You can give it to me.
Now I'm gonna put this half a stick of butter in there, and
That'll
some
thin it a
flavor.
little bit.
Yeah, it will. But actually, when it sets, it gets thicker. So I really should have done it about 45 seconds, because I don't like it that thick to pour in your pie. Makes it smoother if you don't get it so thick.
Yeah, are
in
you
the
through with
microwave.
this butter?
I'm through with the butter, Linda, yes. I'm gonna stir this up, and then I'm gonna get you can go ahead and get the bowl of chocolate that I made,
Oh, you're filling?
filling, yeah. I'm just gonna melt this butter, and I'm gonna put this in a bowl. You know what, I may just leave it in this bowl to cool, because this is a different pie from what I'm gonna show y'all.
Are you gonna need this for?
I don't know. What, on the whipping cream, I need a half a teaspoon. That was what that was, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
I'll wash it.
Okay, all right. Okay, that's the pudding. And I'm gonna leave it in this bowl. I poured it this morning, I poured it in another bowl, but I'm not in a hurry to do this one. So I'm gonna show you what you have to do. The only way that you can cool, that you can keep a chocolate pie filling, this and a coconut or chocolate, when you're not gonna put this immediately into your pie crust, then you've got to put plastic film over it, completely touching it so it don't create a hard film. Because if that hard film ever forms on there, it will not mix. It will not mix into the pie. So be sure and I'm putting cellophane wrap down in it and touch it. I don't know what that is. I'm putting it down You cover that whole top of pie. See? You cover it with plastic wrap. Now I'll let it warm. I'll let it cool, and I'll just set it aside. Now this is the crust that I made last night. I'm taking this film off. See how it comes off? Plastic wrap comes right off of that chocolate. And it doesn't have a film on top. And it's cold.
Don't you love those containers?
Yeah. So, and I did the same thing this morning. I don't know why that this chocolate, the microwave, because I'm so used to doing so many pies at a time. When you're just doing one, 4 minutes total would have been enough for the pie. But anyway, but you see my pie, doesn't have any lumps in it. If you're making a cream, chocolate, or coconut pie, you do not cool it when you put it on your crust. You put it directly into your pastry crust hot, and then put your meringue on top of that, because that meringue will not stick to a cold pudding. You have to have it warm. So don't ever cool your filling if you're making a cream pie. But I got this completely cool.
That looks so good.
Thank you.
Several people have asked why it's called possum pie. I have a theory, but I want to know.
What's your theory? I should have looked that up. I don't know why it's called possum pie, unless it's the layers. I don't know. Do you know?
I don't know. My theory is because possums, they trick you, and
Okay.
there's a layer of cream cheese in there.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's a good theory.
Yeah, hey, that's probably right.
You think it's going to be just a chocolate pie and it's
Yeah.
got a whole bunch of other stuff
Yeah.
in it.
I should have looked that up. It's come from Arkansas.
I imagine some of our Arkansas viewers might know.
Yeah, they might know it. And-
Someone said because the cream cheese is hiding.
Okay.
Okay, that's good.
And I'm telling you, I really microwaved this too long. I would have loved for this to have been a little bit smoother, a little bit, not so thick. But
It's not going to change the taste of it.
it won't change the taste. It's just the texture. It changes.
I like it that way.
You like it this way?
Mm-hmm.
Well, good, because we're going to cut a piece in a minute and eat some. Okay. And that's your chocolate pie. Filling. And now we're going to do the
Are you through with all these?
I'm
here?
through with all that, Linda. Thank you. Okay. All right. All right, let's get the Cool Whip out. I put my aluminum bowl in the stainless steel bowl in the freezer.
Really makes a difference if you cool your
Yeah.
your
And then we're gonna
beer
do-
in all.
If you're doing a cream pie, you would use the egg whites. All right, there's a little bit of chocolate if you don't mind mopping that up for me. Thank you. All right, I'm gonna need some powdered sugar for this too. Okay, I need a half a cup, Asian cup.
Yeah. I'm gonna put it in here.
I've got another one down here. I have,
You got one?
I got one, thank you, Linda.
Find it in this water.
If you want more cool, well, more, thicker, topping where you could use more cream and powdered sugar. Okay? And, the powdered sugar,
Oh, it's over here.
okay, is there a tablespoon?
No, ma'am.
Oh, you know what, I'm gonna use my, powdered sugar, it's just imperial, sugar, powdered
You already
sugar.
got it open.
I'm gonna get it down here, cause it's just, all I need is 2 tablespoons.
That's half.
That's a half, I'll just put 2. What, I gotta beat that up first. I'm getting ahead of myself. I don't know why I did it when we're on camera. I just wanna throw it all in there together when I know how to make this.
You're doing all the work today.
Well, I don't know, you can get me 2 tablespoons of that if you don't mind.
Did you already put one in there?
I have not put any in here.
But you want 2 tablespoons.
I do,
instead of half.
right. I think my little hand mixer is about to play out on me. It don't seem like it's going as fast. Then you can put the, this is not gonna make very much Cool Whip. See, I would have preferred to use a cup here of Cool Whip, of a heavy cream. I'll just go ahead and make it. No, this just gonna barely be enough to cover the top. I like a thick one. So if you're doing a lot of a Cool Whip, I'd use twice what the rest of the All right. You don't want to overbeat that, because if you overbeat it, it'll turn to, what is it, butter?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. All right. We got everything in there, and all we're gonna do is, I usually make too much Cool Whip though when I make it, so that's why I didn't double it. I thought, I always have it left over, so this time I wish I had them. I'm not gonna cover this whole pie with it because it's just not enough. I should have known that. What kind of pie is making it just call for small? Because I would have used 2 cups of heavy cream. I mean, a cup. Maybe that's what I'm used to doing, is using 2 cups, because I always make too much. Do you usually make too much?
I do.
I do.
usually make too much.
I do too.
And if I don't make enough, I wind up making more.
I know, and I would have made more for this. I'm just not gonna cover the whole pie. But when I do that other pie that we made this morning, I will put a whole cup of Cool Whip. Thank you, Linda. All right.
You do it done with this?
Just about. Okay. All right, now I'm gonna put a few, just a few pecans on top. Not putting much. And that's optional. You don't have to put those pecans on too. And I'm gonna shred just a little bit of chocolate to go on top. Give me that, Linda, would you mind handing me that a little knife out of there, out of the drawer there? Yeah. Thank you. I should
Probably
have.
gave you the wrong one.
No,
didn't
no, this is fine. I just need something to poke a hole in this to get it open. I just want a little piece of chocolate to put on top. Get my shell off of there. And I'm not gonna get my hands in this either. I'm just gonna use the grater.
That looks gorgeous.
Little chocolate shavings on it. That's it. I'm not gonna put no more. Okay. You get all this. Give this over there, Linda. You don't have to wash it. Just set it there on the counter. I'm gonna get rid of this. You get a picture of it, Linda?
Fine. All right.
And I'll finish that other pie. Now the pie cutter, Linda, the pie server, would you mind handing it to me and I'll?
Yeah, 2 seconds.
Oh, okay. Don't put me in the
Where is it
picture.
at, Mary?
Oh, it's over here, on the table.
Do we want 3 plates?
Yes, please.
Yes. And then, and again, this is one of our pepper shell pie knives. It has the serrated edges, and it also is shaped like the pie, so you can cut it. So we're gonna cut this pie and see. And remember now, everything in this is cool. It did not just. And that crust is very thick, so I want to be sure I cut all the way through it.
Don't cut me a big piece, Mary.
Just want to make sure my hand's not very sturdy. I think I'd been better off to use the knife because I can't. My hand, I got arthritis. Just hand me a knife, Linda. I can't bend my hand.
Which knife you
It's
want?
shredded
I
one,
keep
probably.
picking
Shredded,
up-
what do you call
I
it?
keep picking up the wrong one. The bread knife?
That's fine, don't matter. Yeah, I can grip it better. Just want to make sure I had cut through and through in my hand. I just couldn't bend it with that knife, with that pie cut server.
That's beautiful. That looks like a blue ribbon pie, Mary.
There's the pie.
It's gorgeous.
Now, if you want to use instant chocolate pudding, you could. That's up to you. I just don't. You know, but I'm just saying, if quick and easy, it'd be a quick and easy pie. But I don't do that.
It's worth your trouble to make it.
Right. So let me cut another piece here.
Now don't cut me one that big, Mary.
You want to show them the inside of that?
These off.
Okay.
It's okay. It's okay. I'm gonna eat it.
Okay. Well, I did cut too big a piece for me. I'll cut you a piece in a minute, Linda.
This
You
looks
want
so
me to go
good.
ahead and cut you a piece?
No,
also?
no, you're fine.
Do we have any questions?
All right, well, that is too big a piece for me, but I'm going to taste it anyway.
This
Yes.
looks so good.
You like it?
I love it. The cream cheese is a surprise because you're tasting the chocolate and the crust, and then you get the taste of the cream cheese filling. It's delicious. Very good.
It's good. I'm really not a chocolate fan. I really
am.
don't. Little Linda is too. But it's good. I can eat chocolate. It's just not one of my favorites. But anyway, I hope that y'all now know how to do a chocolate filling. The meringue, if those eggs that I used, you would whip that up. And we've got a video on meringue, but we've never done a chocolate pie. So that's what the chocolate filling. So now you have a chocolate pie filling. We love y'all. We hope that y'all
Share our videos.
yes.
Go to our webpage, www.pinkymallskitchen.com. Our mama's book is on there. Our cookbook is on there.
Yes.
We have both in stock and
Yes.
our aprons.
And if you send a check, be sure and write what you want, whether it's Mama's book or the cookbook, because we don't know what to send, and especially if you don't have a phone number on your check. So we appreciate that. We love y'all. Thank y'all for joining us today, and don't forget to count your blessings.
And we'll be live tomorrow at my house.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye-bye.